All right, so ingredients we need for our fried pork chops are, of course, little pork chops. So I got the boneless center cut pork chops, but you guys can find any kind of pork chops. I did the boneless just because they're easier like to handle and to make. They cook faster, but of course you can go and get the bone in, and I mean, to be honest, they do taste better with the bone. They're juicier, but if you want to go the easy route, this is the way to go. Then I have some red chili powder, some white vinegar, some black pepper, some salt, and then some turmeric powder. And that's all we need to get started. All right, so the first thing I do is I just grab a regular piece of center cut pork chop. So we just grab a pork chop and then I take my meat tenderizer and it kind of looks like that. You have a smooth surface and then you have a surface that helps you kind of beat down on the meat. And I just go ahead and beat down so that I can make it nice and flat, and kind of, if it's flat and thin, it just cooks easier and the spices go in much better. So just kind of beat on it. Take out all that anger. All right, just like that. And then I flip it over and do the same thing. And that's it. And then I just go ahead and I'm gonna keep them in here. I already did this one. I'm gonna do a couple of pieces and then we'll add the spices. All right, so all our meat has been tenderized and they're nice and flat the way I want them. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make our rub that we are gonna mix into that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add, let's do this in front of you guys. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start making our rub. I'm just gonna kind of make the spices, blend it all in here, and then we'll go ahead and rub it on our pork chops. So I'm gonna take about half a teaspoon of red chili powder, a pinch of turmeric, a little more, about that much turmeric powder, and a teaspoon, half a teaspoon of black pepper. Gonna mix this together. Then we're gonna add some vinegar. And we have to make sure that it's nice and watery because it has to be rubbed onto the pork chop. I'll just mix this all together. Oh, and then we're gonna add some salt. I'm just gonna grind this and go ahead and add that on there. All right, I went ahead and added some salt, and then I would just go ahead and taste this, which I did, and it tastes fine because you want to make sure that you have the right amount of salt because you really don't want to sprinkle it later once they're fried onto the pork chops. So what we do is I just go ahead and grab a pork chop, take my spoon, and kind of add some on there, and just kind of let it rub into it. Actually, you can just take all of this and kind of mix it in to all your pork chops. But you want to make sure all of them are nicely coated and all of them get a good amount of coating onto them. So you might have to make more. Like I can already tell I'm gonna end up having to make more, which is fine. I'll just make some more. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make some more and make sure that all my pork chops are coated, and then I'll be right back. All right, so I had to make another batch of the rub because I clearly had too many pork chops, but I went ahead and made some more, same ingredients, and then I just added it to my pork chops. All of my chops are coated evenly, perfectly. Please don't hesitate in putting in more. It's fine. The more, the better flavor. And I'm just gonna pop this in the fridge and then pop them out when I'm ready to fry them. I'm gonna let them sit for a good like hour before I fry them. So I heated up some oil in a pan. I went ahead and tested a couple of pork chops by frying them beforehand to make sure that they tasted okay. Now I'm just gonna lay my chops once the oil is warm, let them cook from one side and then flip them over. It is now time to flip my pork chops over. So I let them cook from one side, and now I'm just going to flip them over and do the exact same thing and let them cook from the other side, and we're almost done. All right, my pork chops are ready and they look delicious and smell delicious. I'm just gonna take them off the fry pan and plate them onto my plate. I'm also gonna chop up some onions and some green jalapenos just to garnish my chops. I think it looks very pretty with all the colors on the plate. And that's it. If you like this video, please subscribe. Please don't forget to like the video. I will see you guys later. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.